Shitty cars, shitty cars. Everywhere I look, it's shitty cars. Might as well look at an import. So here we have the 06 through 09 Kia Spectra5. On a side note, have you ever noticed that cars in the 2000s always had a number in the name? I don't get it. Saturn SL2, Mazda 3, RX-8, Focus ZX-5, the entire BMW line. The list goes on. Anyway, let's get back on topic. So Kia Motors has been around since World War II, but wasn't a player in the American market until '94. The early cars were steaming piles of dog shit you can't even imagine. But around the mid-2000s, they kind of got bought out by Hyundai and Ford, and the quality improved. They aren't without flaws, though. Let's take a look.
The engines and transmissions are as close to bulletproof as you're going to find. This car was bought with 255,000 miles on it, and it still had both the original timing belt and the original drive belts. I'm dead fucking serious. Of course, 4 rods were knocking, but you can't ask an engine to take that level of ass pounding without eventually breaking. It's now sitting at 283,000 miles on the original transmission fluid and filter. You can't beat that. Just because the engine's mom got fucked by Superman doesn't mean that it's completely problem-free. The biggest issue that you're going to find is the fact that the drive belts squeal like a stuck pig. It's ear-piercingly loud. Your speakers can't do it justice. You spray glue on it, you change the belt, but nothing works. Just shut the fuck up! The only way I've found to make it quiet is to tighten the ever-loving shit out of the belt. Get the belt too tight and it puts premature wear on the accessories, so you have to find that perfect balance. 500 miles later, it's squealing from the feeling again. Rinse and repeat. One other area to look for is the exhaust manifold / catalytic converter. This is a problem that plagues most front-wheel drive 4-cylinder cars. The exhaust manifold cracks and the exhaust gases escape into the engine bay. The exhaust gases escape through a crack, just like your ass. This may not sound like a big deal, but it can cause the car to run rich or lean, and it can cause the car to fail an emissions inspection. Changing it can be expensive, $300 for the parts alone. Now let's look at the interior. The material quality is excellent for a compact and most of the gadgets work. You might see some cracking around the center stack buttons, and the material might crack around the armrest, but for the most part it's really solid. The seats are fine for short trips, but don't even think about going a long way. I road tripped this bastard from Texas to Florida and my ass still has Vietnam flashbacks. That's right, the seats gave my ass PTSD. It's that fucking bad. The biggest flaw in the interior comes from the airbags. The passenger seat has a pressure sensor that detects when someone sits in it. The problem is that it don't work. The airbag is constantly off and the light comes on. That isn't a big deal, unless you want your passenger to survive a wreck, or worse, your state inspection program fails a car if the airbag system isn't working. The worst problem is that you can't fix it. You have to replace the entire fucking seat, to the tune of about $1,000.
So overall, these cars are really great and they can be had for a song, but they do have some potentially major problems that you really want to watch out for.